A very good morning to all my dear students. How are you all? I hope that you all are fine and fit, and as you all know, I am your English teacher Priyanka. In today's class, we will be starting with a new chapter, that is chapter number 18, the future tense. So all of you take out page number 129 of your grammar book and we will start with a new chapter. Students, yesterday we completed the chapter the past tense, in which I explained you that past tense tells about the actions that have already taken place. Now let us see that what we are going to learn in this new chapter. We will learn about the future tense and the various forms of future tense. So let us quickly start the class. You all take out page number 129, chapter number 18, the future tense. Let us first read basically what future tense talks about. The future tense talks of actions that will or will not take place in the future. It means here we are talking about the actions that have not taken place yet. They will take place in the future. All right? The first type of future tense here is simple future tense. The simple future tense is formed by adding will or shall before the base form of verb. The structure is will or shall plus base form of verb. So all of you underline the structure of simple future tense: will or shall plus base form of the verb. All right, students? Now you might be confused that where we have to use shall and where we have to use will. Yes, this is a very correct confusion that you have. Let me clear it. Earlier we were using shall with the first person. It means I or we were using it with the first person. But now, as per this grammar point, there used to be a restriction that shall was to be used with the first person subjects and will with other subjects. In modern English, however, will is used for all persons. Now, you can use will with all the three persons: first person, second person, third person. But earlier, we used to use shall with the first person subject. All right? Now, let us see the examples. They will leave for Hyderabad tomorrow. So will is representing here the future tense and we have used the base form of verb. Next is I. This is the first person, so I use shall. I shall meet them there. Shall plus the base form of verb. They will not reach on time. This is a negative sentence in future tense and I have used here will plus the base form of verb. And for making it a negative sentence, we have used not in between. All right? Now students, if we see here, down in your book, look here, very often will is used to express the strong intention to do something when used in the first person singular and plural. In informal language, we often contract this to I double L, this apostrophe double L, I double L, means we make it contract, we make it short. Instead of writing I will or instead of writing we will, we make them short. Alright, so very often when we are using will, it means we are showing our strong intention that definitely I am going to do this work. Alright, give me that bag, I will help you carry your luggage. We will take the children for their class so you don't have to worry. So when we are using will with the first person, we talk or we express about the strong intention to do something. All right? In negative sentences, in the simple future, we use the word not between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. As we were making the negative sentences in the past tense, similarly we are going to make the negative sentences in the future tense. Simply we have to add what? Not. We have to add not. So here we have to add not between the auxiliary or the helping verb and the main verb. Sherry will not attend the meeting. They won't reach on time. Aditi will not eat her lunch. Payal will not go to the market. All these are the examples of negative sentences that you are going to make in the simple future tense. Alright, it is all the same as I explained you in the previous chapter. Understood, everybody? Now let us move to the new next page. Alright, now we have to form the interrogative, we bring the helping verb will to the beginning of the sentence and the subject comes between will and be, and a question mark is added to the end of the sentence. It is very simple. I will explain you that how you can form the questions in the simple future tense. Similarly, as we were making the questions in the past tense, we are going to follow the same pattern. The sentence here is Payal will wait at the bus stop. So we will bring this helping verb or the auxiliary verb here in the front of the sentence. Will Payal wait at the bus stop? Question mark. Won't Payal wait at the bus stop? Question mark. We can make the question in two ways, by writing will and by writing won't. Won't is used for as a short form of will not. Alright. Next sentence here is they will take the night train. Alright. What it is written? They will take the night train. So how you can form the question? Yes, this will come in the front of the sentence. Will they take the night train? Or we can make the question like this, won't they take the night train? Alright, so this is basically how you are going to form questions or interrogative sentences in the simple future tense. Alright. Now, if you can see the yellow color box on page number 130, it is written the following are the uses of simple future tense. So we are going to learn about the uses, that where we have to make use of simple future tense. For an action that is voluntary, if you want to do something yourself, if you want to say that I will do something, so you will make use of will and you will make use of simple future tense. Suppose if I say, students, I will check your notebooks. So this is the action that is voluntary when the speaker offers to do something. The simple future tense is used. I am offering you all that I am going to check your notebook. Alright. Similarly, we use the negative will not or won't that we refuse to do anything. If we are using will not, it means that I am not going to do that work in future. Understood, everyone? The example here is I will not go to the zoo with you. Ask someone else. It means here the person is refusing to do the particular work or to go with a particular person. Alright. Next use of simple future tenses to make a prediction. We often use the simple future to talk of something we think will happen. Suppose if I say it will rain tomorrow. So we are thinking that it may happen. So we are making use of will. I am sure you will get the job. So we are making a prediction here. And the last use of simple future tense here is to make a promise. I will return the money by Friday. I will buy you a gift if you pass. Or if I say, I will take you to the museum. So whenever we make promises, we make use of simple future tense. If we talk about the next type of tense, it is very easy. Earlier also I told you that whenever you see this word continuous, what you are going to add? You are going to add ing to the main verb. With future you will understand will be, and with continuous you will be understanding ing form of the verb. Alright, this will be the structure. See here, we use the future continuous tense to talk of an action that will be in progress at a point of time in future. See here how the structure of the future continuous tense is. Just now I told you, will be plus ing form of the verb. They will be waiting. Here wait became waiting. This is the ing. This is ing added here. They will be waiting for us at the bus stop. The Guptas will be staying with us during the holidays. Pavan will be coming to our house. Shweta will be dancing on the floor today. So how we are making the sentence in future continuous tense? We are making use of will be plus ing form of the main verb. Alright? Now see here, to form the negative sentences, we use the word not between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. This is the very simple thing that we all can understand, that what we do, we simply make use of not between the main verb and the auxiliary verb. Earlier also I have told you that making negative sentence is very easy, right? If we have to make a negative sentence, we simply add not. What do? We simply add not. Alright. They will not be taking the night train. So this is the helping verb will, and we have added here not for making the negative sentence. I won't be participating in the conference. Alright. So won't. Just now I told you that the short form of will not is won't. Here also it is written. If you want, you can underline it so that whenever you will read it again, you will understand that what ma'am was telling. Will not is often abbreviated to won't. Alright. Now, this is the way that we have to make the negative sentence. I hope you all understood. This is very simple. You just have to add not. Alright. Now see here, if you have to form the interrogatives or you have to form the question, then what you are going to do? To form the interrogative, we bring the helping verb will to the beginning of the sentence. The noun or pronouns come between will and be, and a question mark is added to the end of the sentence. It is very simple. It is as we were learning in the previous chapters also. Again, we are repeating the same thing. For making the interrogative sentence, we simply have to bring will in the front of the sentence. If I say they will be coming for the wedding, so what will be the question? Will they be coming for the wedding? If I say, will you be staying with us? Alright, so the simple sentence was, you will be staying with us. So the question that we have formed here is, will you be staying with us? So for making the interrogative sentences, we just brought will in the front of the sentence. Alright, it is just the same as we were studying in the past tense. For making the negative sentence, we simply add not, and for making the interrogative sentence or the questions, we will bring will in the front of the sentence. And what is the most important thing? That you have to keep in mind the structure of future continuous tense. The structure of Simple future tenses will or shall plus base form of the verb, and the structure of future continuous tenses will be plus ing form of the verb. You should underline it so that you will remember it. Alright, I hope the concept of simple future tense and future continuous tense is clear to you all. If you will be having any kind of doubt, you can ask me in your online classes. Go through the concept once again and then you can raise your doubts. Thank you so much, class.